They sent me 3 candidates, and one of the 3 is the person that ended up hiring. On the executive assistant side, right away, I could tell, within 2 days, I knew that we had hit it out of the park. That community part has been big, and I think it'll continue to be. I go to it every day to see what's being asked and discussed, to try to learn from it. I try to engage in things as well. I've obviously asked lots of questions in there.
Please introduce yourself, your business, and the kinds of customers that you serve.
My name is Brent Thompson. I am a co-owner and chief operating officer of NexGen Crane and Rigging. We're a U.S.-based crane company in the Southeast United States, and we own large equipment that does big projects. So we own cranes, and we pick and move heavy items and pick things up, from far away. And so we're involved in lots of construction. We provide the crane service, so we're not an equipment rental company. We provide the operating of the equipment as well. We serve lots of customers in the construction arena, so anything that's multi-story, we're often involved in.
Did you guys have any challenges like you faced with hiring before using Sagan? Have you tried hiring globally, or did you hire in the U.S.? So what brought you here?
Yeah, good question. So yes, we did have some challenges, which is what brought me to looking at global talent and then finding Sagan. So the role that I hired for was an executive assistant to me, and I had tried a few domestic services. I'd had a few different assistants at times, and I never could get everything to sync up. Really, just had some challenges of getting the level of support that I was looking for, and kind of level of responsiveness and the skill set. And so there for a while, I thought it was probably just me. And some of it might have been of maybe my leadership ability there. But as I got to researching different avenues trying to solve this problem, I came across this idea that I was unfamiliar with of global talent. It never really crossed my mind. And so I started reading some things on that of just that if you kind of open up the window and look at global talent, there's a great array of skill sets out there, and maybe it's harder to find for specific, executive assistant type jobs just within the U.S. And so I looked at a couple of companies that, offer services of helping you find those, and I landed on Sagan really from the standpoint of, from what I read and could see online, it appeared that Sagan really had the back-end support. Never having hired globally, I was really unsure of how to start, how to tackle that. It's one of those of, you don't know what you don't know. I don't even know all the questions to ask. And it was clear to me from what I could see on the front end of things that Sagan had a team on the back end, well experienced in this, that's going to kind of walk alongside me through the process. And so it was really a comfort level thing of, I think this group will support me and will answer the questions and help me figure this out. Because now that I've done it, it feels so normal and natural. But before you hire global talent the first time, it feels like you're jumping off of the edge, jumping off a ledge, so to speak. So having that back end support system is what convinced me to try Sagan.
What actually made you decide to become a Sagan Passport member? Like, how did you see that, the front end of things?
One of the, I don't know the right title, but John, one of the leaders of the company, I've stumbled across him on social media somehow. I've been following him for a while on X, and he started posting videos, little snippets of interviews and things with global talent that they had done, and then sort of some testimonials. And it was real clear pretty quickly that there's a great level of talent, intelligence out there that's eager to work in this kind of, in the remote world that we're in, that's eager to work with American companies. And so that's probably what really got me excited about it, made me want to pull the trigger, was seeing some of, and those are just kind of quick examples that they had put out of, here's a 2-minute clip of somebody answering a question. And I watched a handful of those, and I was just really intrigued by the energy of the people and their excitement, and you can hear the competence and confidence that the people had. And so I was just convinced that I think I can find a really top-rated team member to bring in.
Can you describe in a little more detail your experience with our hiring process? So how did that go for you?
Yeah, it went really well. I think, again, as you kind of walk through it, certain things occur that just check the confidence box again, which was a big piece for me. And so as I submit that initial request, and I think I got a list back of like, or here's all these questions we need you to answer about what you need. That gave me a high level of confidence because it felt very thorough. It felt like based on the intake, I was convinced that, okay, this group is really going to try to pair me with someone versus just rolling the dice and finding someone. And so I go through that process, and I got some feedback from some different people on the Sagan team asking, clarifying questions. So we really honed in on what I thought I was looking for, what I thought I would need. And, there was kind of a budget range that I had really just pulled out of the air for myself. And they came back to me asking me to actually increase that. And so we were kind of had a dialogue about, okay, why does this not maybe fit what I thought? I had requested someone that spoke near native English. So I said, we just need to bump this up to make sure we catch enough, candidates in the pool that fit that. And so I did that, and right away saw that it was extremely beneficial. So some of those initial candidates they sent me, I'm from the southern part of the U.S., so I have an accent. So I made the joke that some of the candidates speak better English than I do in some ways. They sent me 3 candidates, and one of the 3 is the person that ended up hiring. And the quick communication, so I don't remember the timeline of when I started to when we made a hire, maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks. But there was communication along the way. They sent me the first candidate and said, hey, we're looking for more. Let us know what you think. So they really asked for a lot of feedback. If for some reason what I saw in a candidate wasn't fitting what I was looking for, they were wanting to know that so they could tailor what they were finding. So I felt like I was in communication with them throughout the process and kind of connected, which gave me a comfort level.
Can you share like a specific story, maybe like a specific success story or some positive outcome from hiring through Sagan? Because I know you've been working with the executive assistant that we helped you hire. So anything that you could highlight, like to share?
Yeah, really a few things. One, I mean, this is sort of anecdotal, but we get along really well. We enjoy talking to each other. In downtime, we spend a lot of time talking about interests and hobbies and each other's culture, which is really fun. And it's a learning process for me for sure. But yeah, on the executive assistant side, right away, I could tell, I mean, within 2 days, I knew that we had hit it out of the park. Just with her speed of responsiveness, severe attention to detail, really organized. So within the first day or 2 days, I already had 2 new software platforms on my computer that she suggested for us to use. One just as a communication platform, the other as a project management tool, which we're still using now, which has been super helpful. And she jumped in and sort of put an explanation sheet together, teaching me how to use these, which is what I wanted and needed. And there was a few initial tasks where it's like, hey, can you create an SOP for this? I'm going to connect you with somebody on my team. They have all the information, but it's kind of scattered. Can you ask them some questions and try to create an SOP? And within 2 days, there was a beautiful, well-organized SOP that I was thinking, man, this is simple stuff for her. Like for us, this is huge. And, she's skilled in so many things. I've sent her, financial reports and stuff and to put into charts, things that I do on my own that she does in about a 1/5 of the time. So the energy and the speed there has really been huge, and just the professionalism and the follow-up and attention to detail. So I don't know if those were specific stories enough for your question, but that's kind of painting a broad picture of what she does for me.
So how would you say our subscription model benefit you and your business? Like what has been the impact of hiring global talent with Sagan with that subscription model on your business?
It's been good. In the beginning, I was really uncertain about it, knowing that I was looking for a single hire. I was thinking, I'm not sure this cost is needed. I'm not a large company that's going to hire 10 people this year, that sort of thing. That was kind of my approach. I was really uncertain about it, but I'm the type of, I'll try it one time and see. It's been great really on 2 fronts. Primarily, it's been the community, the support, the chat community that you get when you're a member. And so you have all these other companies of all different types that are in there asking questions, talking through problems. So that gave me a lot of confidence in the beginning of knowing I could kind of search through there and find some questions that I have that have already been answered. And I've asked a lot in there as well. You get a lot of quick feedback, not only from the Sagan team, but then from other, members as well. And so that community part has been big, and I think it'll continue to be. I go to it every day to see what's being asked and discussed, to try to learn from it. I try to engage in things as well. I've obviously asked lots of questions in there. So that's a big piece, because you're asking people, that are doing the same thing you're doing, and they've figured it out. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I would say too, although I've only made one hire and I don't have an immediate plan for a second hire, I like that I'm a part of the community, because I see us making hires in the future. This has gone so well for me. I'm currently operating in the mindset of I'm trying to look for a place that I can put someone. I'm trying to find a reason to find another person, really. So I'm trying to be proactive with, I would like to hire another, global talent person. I need to find a space for them, just because of it's a force multiplier in a way that I didn't know of before.
Why would you recommend our service to other business owners?
Yeah, again, it's probably a twofold answer. So, one, I would recommend the pursuit of global talent. You just expand your talent pool exponentially, and there are, because of limited opportunities in some of these places for the skill sets that this talent has. You have a really energetic workforce that wants to be a valued team member, that wants to be involved and connected, and so that's a fun experience and a valuable experience. And so to expand your talent pool of educated, intelligent, eager people that want to plug in and to help you remotely in a myriad of different ways, you're kind of missing the boat to not look at it. Really, it's sort of like, let me hold on to my flip phone because I'm not sure about the iPhone. It's like, well, just get on board, because we're headed that way. And so that's my answer to kind of just do global talent at large. But yeah, specifically for Sagan, I mean, really, it's the community and the support. I mean, even this conversation here, things like this, it's clear that Sagan is aggressively adding to the talent pool. I see the candidates that are added just to the open pool, not counting ones that they find for specific requests. And so just the open pool of candidates that you can pick from, they're adding to that regularly. Impressive people. You watch a 10-minute video and you think, man, I wish I had a job for that person, because they seem awesome. And so the pool is there for sure, but just the support. I mean, I don't know how large the Sagan staff is. It seems large from the amount of support and different people I hear from. But just in my short time, I've been involved, maybe a month or so. And I've probably, talked with 6 or, maybe 10 different people, for sure 6 or 7 different people on the Sagan team. And so that's the biggest piece to me, is it's a learning curve. It can be uncertain. It can feel uncomfortable. It's like, this is new to me. I don't know. And so knowing there's a whole group of people that have run this race before that can support and help and guide, that's huge. And so the professionalism and the care and concern of the Sagan team to make sure this is executed from start to finish is big, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of groups trying to do this thing, but a lot of it is cookie cutter, and it's kind of, we're going to find a candidate, and as soon as you sign off, we're going to move on to the next thing. And this is different, especially as a subscribing member, right? That the community is around me all the time. There's always resource and help there, as I go along.
And I think the last but not the least, where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months as a Sagan Passport member?
Yeah, good question. I haven't thought of that. Hard to say. We're a growing company. We're a new company and a young company. So as a company, for sure, we'll be growing, specifically as a Sagan member. Within 12 months, I certainly believe we will have more global talent on our team than just my executive assistant. There are probably a couple of other people on my team that could use assistance, and there's definitely some back-end support, some sales and data analytics spaces that I probably could leverage some of that talent. So, what that number will be, I don't know, but I firmly believe a year from now, there will be more global talent on my team for sure.